Hello, everyone. I want to welcome Wendy and Harry Chinsky of Loving It On Keto with us, with Sana and I. If you have any questions, please let us know. Put a Q in front of your questions so I can pick those out. But first, we're going to have Wendy and Harry tell a little bit about their background and how they got started with keto and all that stuff.
Do you want to start or do you want me
go
to?
ahead, man.
Harry made root beer. So he's been trying out the root beer extract in fuzzy water. Is that your new recipe?
That's my new recipe, yeah.
He cooks so often.
Yes, he does, but he wants root beer. He wants root beer. Anyway, everybody, I'm Wendy. This is Harry. And our journey started because in 2013, September 13th, Friday the 13th, 2013, all the 13s, yep. He had quadruple bypass surgery. Wow. He was a dead man walking. He did not have a heart attack. He would have died. I mean, literally. He went in for the angiogram testing. And, well, first of all, he failed his stress test. They did an immediate angiogram. And when I went in with my daughter, who worked at the hospital at the time, she was the admin for cardiology. And I looked at the angiogram, I'm going, what am I looking at, right? I saw this little string with a teeny tiny ball, and then a little string and a teeny tiny ball. And I'm going, what am I looking at?
A bunch of those, man.
A bunch of those. I'm looking for arteries and veins. And he goes, those are Harry's arteries.
Oh my gosh. Wow.
And he said, we need to sedate him, put him in intensive care, and we need to get him into surgery as soon as possible.
Wow. How scary.
Yes,
so
it
the
was.
Following morning, yeah.
Yes. So he went in. I mean, they couldn't do it that day because they were backed up so bad. They did it as quickly as they could. Long story short, the two doctors came in after his surgery and talked with Harry and I. And they said, you have severe atherosclerosis. You have severe. He said, I've never seen somebody that bad and alive to talk about it. So the one doctor said to us, you need to eat nothing with a face, nothing with a mother. I'm going to put you on a whole food, plant-based diet, no fat, no salt. Yeah. He says, if you want to live. He says, you're going to be in and out of the hospital from now till whenever, and you're going to be getting stents and all kinds of things after this because you're that unhealthy. He weighed 260 pounds. So I went home that night and gutted my house, gutted it, just threw everything away, all the everything. And then I started just binge watching, researching and all those things. And we became vegan overnight, whole food, plant-based vegans. And Harry and I had a long heart-to-heart talk. And he said, I'll just do whatever you tell me to do. You be the food Nazi. I'll just eat it. Just make it. I'll eat it. Right.
It's still doing it to this day.
He is. So that was our journey. And we both got a little healthy. I weighed about 234 pounds, I think, when we started that. And so, but my why was all about Harry. It was, I'm going to keep this man in my life for as long as I can. And so we were off and running. Now, my mom at the time, we would go to church and go out to eat. She would come over and I would eat cheese when I wasn't with Harry, but I couldn't have cheese in the house because he's not supposed to have it because it's fat, it's salty, and it's not vegan. But I thought, well, I can be vegetarian when I'm not with Harry, right? Almost 6 years later, I mean, his blood workup was horrible. He was on 12 different meds, $1,200 worth of meds a month is what he was on. And he just wasn't getting any better. Then he had a silent heart attack, and we did not know it. And by the time we went to the doctor, they had said that one of his arteries had collapsed and that he had a small heart attack. And I came back home after everything and said, okay, now what? And I said, listen, I've heard about the ketogenic diet. And I said, it's not working. I had brain fog. I was so tired. Harry was so tired all the time. He was eating like 2 or 3 packets of oatmeal in the morning. I would bake like 5 or 6 big potatoes. I had a rice cooker full of rice.
Wow.
And we were eating that every single day with vegetables. And he was going into diabetes. He was cold sweats. He was just queasy.
Yeah.
And not doing well at all. And I said, okay, so here's what I want to do. I said, I think we need to change our diet, especially after having a talk with the doctor. And I said, I want to do a ketogenic diet. I said, but we need to start slowly, like as in add meat and some fish. And
Yeah,
some,
she was
and some
really
fowl.
freaked out about it.
I was terrified.
Oh my God, am I going to kill you?
Well, and that's what I said. I said, you have to tell me that you're going to do this and you're okay with this, because this
Right.
is going to kill you, because we were on the, whole food, plant-based diet, the Esselsteins, the Dr. What's his name? The ones that we used to watch all the time. Anyway, all of those people, who talk about it's going to kill you and everything else. So we did that for, was it 2 months?
It was more of a leap of faith.
It was.
It's like, okay, well, what are we going to do now?
Yeah.
Because obviously I'm going to start having heart attacks now. Like, so that's why she went ahead and she says, we got to do something. And which freaked her out. She went to the doctor. The doctor really upset her. She went outside, just kind of like fell apart a little bit. But we got home and then she switched over to this ketogenic diet. And
I said, we're not going to tell the doctor.
We're not going to tell anybody.
We're not going to tell anybody. Nobody in the family is going to know. I'm going to just hide it, bring home some meat, in the dark of night in my sack.
Yeah.
I'm cooking for you.
It's sneaking in the house.
Sneak it in. Well, so there we go. Got the cabinets again. Get rid of all the oatmeal, the rolled oats, the rice, get rid of all that stuff. Went down to the food bank and gave all the bags of rice and everything, the beans and the bags, all that stuff. So 2 months went by. 3 months went by because we fought the doctor against having him go on statins. And the doctor, you're going to kill him. You need statins. You need this. You need that. And I said, well, and Harry was like, no, they killed him when he took them. He was in so much pain.
Yeah, I couldn't get out of bed.
Yeah, he
That's
was
how
in
bad it affected me.
so much pain. So we did this. We went back in 3 months to get another blood workup because I told the doctor, okay, we'll change some things up.
It wasn't so much a blood workup. What it is, when you go in and you've had a heart attack, they put you on a machine. Yeah. It creates a donut. All right. There's a hole in the center, just like a donut. That is your heart. If there's any problems, it'll show you a dark area within that circle. The bottom of my circle was totally black, which meant the bottom of the heart was not getting blood.
Well, it was, yeah.
So that was the damaged area of the heart.
That was the artery that clogged.
That's right after they found out I had a silent heart attack. Then Wendy went through the bit like she just talked about, and we went back in about
3 months. We went 3 months later.
Yeah, about 3 months later.
So
they threw me on this machine again, right?
Yeah.
And it came out where the heart was totally fine. And they all kind of stood back like, wait a minute.
Well, he brought the paperwork in and said, hi, Harry. I'm sorry.
The doctor stood back and said, wait a minute. He says, so they threw me on this, on the treadmill.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, that's right. They did the treadmill.
A bunch of these doctors came in and they stood around the monitor. All of them were standing there watching my heart and everything that was going on. And they're all looking at each other like, what is going on here? They kind of freaked out. So they all the doctors just kind of scurried out of the room. They're all like, walking out of the room, like really weird. And one doctor stood there and he looked at me and he said, what are you doing? Because your heart's fine and it's not supposed to do this. In fact, you're supposed to be like this the rest of your life. What are you doing? That's when we brought up the keto.
Well, I looked at the doctor and I said, we changed our diet. And he said, what did you do? I said, we're on a ketogenic diet. We added meat back in. We added salt back in. We limited the vegetables. I explained it all. And when the doctor said that to Harry, I'm like trying not to cry. I'm trying not to
because you got your confirmation.
My husband. Literally.
Exactly.
We went outside down the
Wow.
store and I broke down in tears and started buying. I said, we are never going back to vegan. We are never going to be vegetarian again, you know? So, and that was our why in the beginning.
And now
That's why we
everything's
started
great.
the channel.
Yeah.
That was the whole reason why we started a channel. If you ever saw the first 2 videos, it was just about what happened. Because that was the whole reason why we
Right.
did it. I thought everybody needs to know this.
That's right. If we can help
Exactly.
one other person get through what Harry did, you know, and the accountability of it and the sharing of all the things that we've had to do, you know, over the last couple of years since we went keto. So, and a lot of other things have happened in the meantime and stuff with me, but other than that, that was my why, you know, and I do not look back, never go back, you know.
No,
I look
same
at,
here.
yeah, I
Yep.
see people all the time that show this
Right.
skinny little, and that was another thing. We were the only fat, fluffy vegans in Whole Foods shopping for food, right?
Yeah.
I was too. I had my
Seriously.
vegan and pescatarian period too. I was right there with you,
Yes.
Fluffy, too.
I had no potato chips, no chips, no, you know, none of the
Right.
bad,
No.
horrible food that you can eat as a vegan. I was
Yeah.
buying the veggies and the potatoes and the rice and doing it all. I had all the books, you know, I was binge watching all the doctors and doing it that way. You know, that's just the way I am. And it's like, this is what we have to do. We go to a restaurant and we have, the good news is in Phoenix, and the bad news is in Phoenix, there are a lot of vegan restaurants. Because of all the college kids and stuff, there are a lot of
Right.
places you can go and get vegan or vegetarian food, including Whole Food. You know, they have a restaurant inside our Whole Foods where you can sit and eat. So Harry would just say, just give me my options.
Yeah.
Is it going to be a potato, a rice? You know?
Well, I still do that.
Yes, you do.
But it's not potatoes and rice anymore.
No, it's not.
Rhoda
at all.
says, hello, everyone watching from Cochise County, Arizona. Hi,
Yeah.
Wendy, Harry, and little Sally girl.
Yeah, she's sleeping somewhere.
I know. On one of her,
If I say it loud enough, she'll hear me.
it's one of her 7 beds. She's got more beds than we do. So,
Jerry said she's been asking Wendy and Harry to do a live forever. So glad that you finally convinced them. I like that you were interviewing them too.
Yes, I'm sure soon to come you'll see many lives from them.
Lynn,
hopefully-
22Q Cat is Lynn. She said, hi, Sana.
Hi, Lynn.
Does anybody have questions for us? For
We're
Harry?
getting, I'm gonna flip through these things real quick. Twin Brook Acres, good evening. I'm getting my popcorn in a good seat before
Yeah.
this starts.
Right. That's
You
what I
need
need.
carnivore
Minus 2
crisps.
minute
You need
warning.
carnivore crisps,
Yeah.
not
Then
popcorn.
party time, right?
Beef, pork rinds or something.
Yeah.
So, yeah, we embraced it. We embraced it 110%. So, you know, that's how that worked. Oh,
Yeah.
Deb. Hey, Deb.
Natalie Dixon, hello from Diana, Texas. Joyce Butler saying hello. This is Nicole. She said, what's happening?
Hi, Nicole.
And Lynn. And Sana, tell them to put a Q in front of a question. And saying hi to people. I'm going to skim through those. Greetings, greetings.
Hey, Pearl. I wish we could see the
She's-
people.
She's
Yeah,
we don't
jumping
have-
ahead.
I
wish
know, that would be
so
cool.
sophisticated
Like a
we-
big Zoom meeting.
Yes,
I just wish everybody had pictures on their things.
yes, a real picture that we can
Kimber
like.
Mullis says,
over.
hi, all fun stuff. Laura
So while
Mead, I
Cindy
love
looks
Wendy and
through
Harry.
for the next question, what would you guys say was the hardest thing about transitioning to keto? Was there anything that found it hard to transition?
Not at all. Because we went from vegan.
It tasted so good
Oh yeah.
to go from vegan to real food is what we, you know, the real food that we could have some cheese and we could have some meat and we could have a steak and we could
Actual
I
variety.
was so tired of rice.
yeah.
Rice and potato.
Well, one thing about Harry too that I
Hated
want to share, I think I had every bottle and every make of hot sauce in my refrigerator because when he went on statins, his taste
Whoa,
buds
that was weird.
went numb.
I'd like to know if anybody else had
Yes.
this problem.
And he could not taste anything. And he hated
Oh, wow.
the feel of vegetables with no taste, no butter, no salt, no oil.
Mush.
And so
Yes.
he would pour hot sauce and he would have this
I mean, I'd go-
plethora of
Yeah,
hot sauce.
that was like me because
Yeah.
it can get bland, especially when you're eating the same veggies
Yes.
day after day because they spoil. You
Right.
got to use them up.
Well, not only that, but you can't even have like soy sauce on rice. So it's
No.
lean rice. So to go from, vegan to meat and like loaded broccoli, right? All the
Right.
food, it was so good. A plain skinless, boneless chicken breast never tasted so good to me in my life. Now, not so good now, but you know what I mean? It was
Yeah.
just our bodies, I think, were starving. We both had brain
Right.
fog and we were having memory issues and we were slugs. And it was because we were overloading unbeknownst to us. We both
Right.
were insulin sensitive. He probably, I think, don't you think you were in type 2 diabetes?
Oh yeah, I know. Yeah, definitely.
Because-
Yeah, I was going full blown boy there for a while. It was really
Yeah.
getting bad.
Here's the first question. Where's little Sally girl?
I was looking for Sally. Sally.
Oh, she's over
Oh,
there.
she's
Can you see her on the couch
she's
way?
way-
over?
yeah.
I can
Yes.
see her right where your finger is.
Right there.
She says you don't have any carnivore dog or anything good.
Jerry
over there, no
saying-
bacon.
Jerry saying hey to Hope.
Yeah.
And
pretty much.
just gonna
That's the
skim
spot.
through these. Hello, friends. Howdy,
So-
everyone.
I still
Let's
have
see.
issues
Hey, Hope.
digesting animal fat. Someone asked, did you have any issues digesting animal fat when you transitioned,
Oh,
Susie?
wow.
And actually, when you are vegan and vegetarian, and if you're doing non-fat or low fat when you're doing that, your gallbladder is inactive.
Yeah.
And you can get sludge in your gallbladder and it can cause issues. And I tend to have that issue now,
Right.
but my story is in 2019 at 282 pounds, I had a lap band put in. I took 14 years of my life to get 50 pounds off my body. And so when we were doing this with Harry and everything, I still had the lap band in. I weighed 234, somewhere in there, and had my hip replaced the following year and then gained some weight from that. So it's just, I think the fact that I don't have any attacks, I don't have any gallbladder attacks, but when I eat fatty meat now, and I was
Right.
not having a problem in the beginning, but now I can't eat like I love the ribeye fat when it's barbecued and it's all crispy and delicious, and the pork
Amazing.
belly.
Ryan, man.
It just has been going right through me. I have an appointment on Tuesday to see the doctor about some things that came up on this past test. But one of the things I want to talk to him is about, can you do some kind of gallbladder test? Because I am having issues. I don't think you did. Did you have issues? But
No.
we also.
But I don't eat as much fat as she does.
Well, when we
In
first.
fact, I give it to her.
Yeah, he does. I'm like, are you going to eat that?
Yeah.
Are you going to eat that? Are you going to eat that?
I don't know if
And
I
it's the
maybe
fat.
ate like, because she would take bacon and all she'll eat is the fat on the bacon. And
Crunchy
then
bacon.
there'll be all these in the bag. Will be all these
Mouse bites. he
all
calls
these
them.
bacons without any fat on them, all bit off.
That's me. But when
So-
we first transitioned, we were eating the lean cuts of meat. We were eating the boneless, skinless chicken breast. We were eating the New York
Okay.
steak. I was cutting off the fat because I was
Right.
afraid of fat. I really was afraid.
Yeah, we get brainwashed, right?
And it took me, I would say, a month to buy my first thing of real butter,
Yeah.
right?
The real butter,
It's like-
yes.
And it's like we're looking at each other and it's like, should we? Do you think we should have some? Like, should we have some?
I
The
grabbed
portion
it and put it
control.
in the cart.
Yeah, he grabbed it and put it in the cart and we're sat in there. And I mean, the taste of real butter on your mouth when you have not had butter for 6 years is just like that moment, right? It's
And when
Hi,
it doesn't
Deb.
harm you, the stories you hear of how it's going to harm you
Yes.
And I'm sure you didn't experience everything you heard about butter and how evil it is.
Yeah.
Well, a
Sana,
year-
this is my sister.
Oh, yes. Hi, Deb. Thanks for being here. Thanks for being here, everyone.
Watching
We
from
absolutely
Scotland.
appreciate the support.
Yes.
And I
so
did
look
post
forward
a
to their
link
daily videos.
for
Great to
Loving It
see
On
them live
Keto.
here.
So if you are not subscribed to them, go ahead and give them a check out and a subscribe.
hey, from
Just
Scotland.
get me
That's
through
awesome.
these. Yes.
Someplace I've always wanted to go.
Scotland.
Yeah. Always wanted to check out.
I hope you do more lives, Wendy and Harry,
Well, we'll
says
see.
Jerry.
We'll see about that.
Whoa.
Like rule the roost on
All right,
all
here
this
we
stuff.
have a question.
It is storming here big time. But
Oh, I
my
know,
that
power
was
just
by
went
you.
boom.
Oh,
Hope
wow.
you guys
Do
don't
you
lose
have-
power.
Do you have set macros for your PSMF days?
Yes.
What are they?
So it is 110 to 120 grams of protein minimum, up to but no more than 30 grams of fat,
Right.
and as low as carbs as we can get, but no more than 10 grams of carbs
A piece.
a piece. And that's what we do. And so it's somewhere around 700-ish. You know, I calculate on my macros on my carb manager on my phone the day before to kind of get an idea of what we're going to be eating, just so that I know ahead of time. I'll
Right.
pull out that meat, you know, get it defrosted, or we'll go to the store and I'll tell Harry we need to do this, that, or the other thing. And that includes my high protein buttermilk bread, because it is, if you count the macros in it, you can fit it in really easily. So that's what we do.
And how often do you guys do that? Because you have set days for
Yes, on my August
PSMF?
challenge that we're doing, it's 2 days a week, but I think in
Okay.
September I may do 3. We've done that before in the past too, but protein is your priority on a PSMF day. Dr. George Blackburn in 1970s with the Harvard Medical School developed the protocol for clinically obese people to lose weight rapidly, especially if they were going to have like a gastric bypass surgery, which back then was very, very dangerous.
Yeah.
Very
Oh,
dangerous.
right.
Yes, it was very dangerous. Both my doctor and his nurse were morbidly obese. They both had them, and they both passed away within 6 months of one another, like 2 years
Oh.
after they had it done.
I'm
So-
still kicking. I'm still
yeah,
kicking.
and that's
sorry
good.
to hear.
Thank God you
Wow.
are, and it's probably because of the ketogenic diet, because of the way you're eating.
Yeah,
So,
now.
that's what I'm thinking. But
Pearl says, hi, this is Pearl from Illinois. A few minutes late getting to chat, but
Is
I just
Illinois
sent the
having
link
bad
to
weather?
Gladys.
is Illinois having the bad weather too? I saw Michigan had tornadoes and all kinds of
Oh,
stuff.
yeah.
There's like
I don't
this,
know, but right now it's pouring here and thundering and lightning. It's crazy.
it's
11:45 p.m. in Scotland. Well, maybe
Oh,
thank
wow.
you for joining.
Yes, absolutely. Thank you for being here.
Yeah, no kidding.
Brenda
man.
Red,
That's
Wendy
wild.
Harry got my coffee. Sorry, Wendy, but I didn't want to miss this live from Ocala, Florida. Wendy's not doing coffee right
I'm not
now.
doing coffee. I'm doing tea though, herbal tea. I have some
Not me.
lemongrass leaf tea that I'm drinking in the morning, and it's working. So
All right, here's a question. Blaze wants to know, Wendy, when was your sleeve done in relation to Harry's heart attack?
I did not have a gastric sleeve. In 2005, I had a lap band inserted. And then in 2019, I had to have it removed because it was eating a hole through the top of my stomach.
Wow.
It had slept. I had ulcers. It's called the stoma, where the lap band goes to where the beginning of your stomach is. This part that's closed was all ulcerated. The lap band had slipped and was eating through. So I had to have emergency surgery November 24th, 2019, and have that removed. And I remember sitting there bawling my eyes out with Harry,
Wow.
going, now what am I going to do? I'm going to gain all the weight back that I lost because I don't have my lap band. And I have, matter of fact, I haven't. Plus I lost 56 pounds after that, just staying the course on the ketogenic lifestyle. So I feel really blessed. And the doctor was Oh, and I had a mass in my stomach too. They had to do a biopsy on that, which was benign, thank God. But yeah, and that, I always tell a story that's how I found Keto Chow, because in order to have that surgery, first of all, he didn't want me eating heavy food or anything because the skin was so thin where it was rubbing
Okay, so
through.
no
He
solids.
no solids, liquids only for 3 weeks beforehand and then for 3 weeks afterwards, I think. And I was getting so tired of chocolate, vanilla, and strawberry, right? And I found Keto Chow, and they had like almost 30 flavors.
Oh,
And
yeah.
so I went crazy with them and did a taste test and all
We
of
have
that
the whole
stuff.
video of that
Yeah.
too.
But yeah, it was just one of, and then I had to heal and everything from that. But if you have, I want to say something to everybody. If you have a lap band, if you know someone that has a lap band and they have had it for more than 5 years, they need to go to a doctor and get it checked. Because when I had a lap band, they told me it was minimally invasive.
Right.
And it can stay inside of you forever.
Right.
And that is not true. That is not true at all. And you can have some huge damage going on in there that you're not aware of, especially if you start getting GERD or acid reflux. That means that lap band has slipped out of place, because it's impossible to have GERD or be able to throw up or past where the lap band is. Matter of fact, if I got the stomach flu, I had to go to the emergency hospital to get that drained so that I could do that, because you can rip that.
Yeah, it's a
area.
balloon. It's a balloon.
Yeah, it's a
And that's
inner tube. It's an inner
amazing.
tube.
Yeah.
Important advice, because sometimes when someone gets surgeries like that, they're getting the impression from these healthcare professionals like it is a forever done deal.
Forever. It's so minimally invasive. It's an outpatient procedure.
Exactly.
And it is until it isn't.
Right.
And we had a friend in Washington State that had to have emergency surgery. She was in 9 hours because it did cut through, and she had all kinds of issues.
Wow.
And so I always tell people, make sure you keep up with it. Don't just say, oh, it's in there, I don't need to worry about it, because you
You can
do.
move over that way. So.
There you go. That was the next question. Can Harry move closer to the microphone?
I
It's
saw
hard
that.
to hear him.
I saw that.
Sorry.
Yeah. Is that any better? Okay.
Okay, sorry.
Pearls, I wish that we could be there in video as well as you.
Oh, we wish so too. It'd be a blast.
What I miss on keto is chocolate ice cream. Keto Chow, Keto Chow,
man.
chocolate ice cream, Keto Chow.
Yeah, I hear the chocolate core is amazing.
The regular chocolate is okay, but the core is better. Another
That's what I've
question, Wendy.
heard.
How are you doing without coffee?
I have not had any withdrawals, but if you look back at my videos, I kind of took it out for a little bit the prior month, and I've taken out all of the creamers and things that I was using in it. And now, right before I stopped, I was taking out even my drops, my stevia drops.
Okay.
And I just weaned off, a little bit less. So I really don't miss it at all, but I also have herbal tea, and I'm a tea person too. I love tea, but I don't want to go into the black tea or anything with the caffeine in it. I'm trying to stick to the herbal side of things.
Which is hard for me, because I would like to do the 5-minute coffee break that I was doing before, because I really enjoy coffee. But I can't drink all this coffee by myself.
His 5-minute coffee break is a little excerpt in the videos that is fantastic.
I said, well, go ahead and do it. Go ahead and do it. Make half a pot of coffee. You know. But I love coffee, and I'm not saying the reason why I took it out of my diet, for everybody to know, some of you guys are regular viewers, but some of you are new, is we have been on a long stall. We got the big C, and we started gaining weight little bit by little bit. And then we got in this stall where we are gaining and losing the same 10 pounds. And it's like, I am done with that. I've tried everything. This is what I am doing. And you watch a lot of the doctors and a lot of the experts say, if you're having issues still and you've done everything else, take away coffee and see if that makes a difference.
Next question. Will you go carnivore?
We've done that.
Oh yeah, we've done
Yeah,
that.
we were
You
carnivore.
guys have done everything.
Yeah, we have. We have. And a carnivore we did, was it last month that we did carnivore or the month before? But yeah, we did carnivore as an elimination diet.
I think they mean when we do it totally.
Permanently.
Yeah, will you go? Okay.
I don't.
We really don't eat vegetables. If you watch our show, we're not really we're more ketovore. If I want vegetables, I'm going to eat them. Right now, I'm into my alfalfa sprouts. Yes, I am, on my sandwiches. But we had enough vegetables in our life. We had the vegetables.
Yeah, I don't even.
You know, and other than like making a nice casserole with it, you know, like a au gratin, cauliflower au gratin, or my cauliflower mashed potatoes to go with something where I want that comfort food with the gravy, or I make the broccoli, loaded broccoli. You know, we're not just, I got to have vegetables on the plate. And it's like, no.
Now, this is the one you picked up before.
What?
This is a question you picked up before. Do you have any issues digesting animal fat when you transitioned? You answered that already.
Yeah.
Yeah, she does.
Teresa says hello. Have a great night, everyone. Have to head out.
Thanks for stopping by, Nicole.
Yeah.
Glad it's working for PSMF has helped.
Yeah.
And saying bye. I have some gallbladder pain for a month or two. Personally, after transitioning, it's fine now.
Well,
That's good.
I've
Glad it's
experienced
good.
the same,
That's
and I
perfect.
have no gallbladder.
And I think
do.
you don't have any gallbladder. So how is
I
it doing for you?
don't.
How does the
So
fat?
even
take oxide?
transitioning to carnivore, the first 3 days of carnivore, because I did start triple B&E, because I also had the same as you both, the elimination approach, because I did have some issues part of my 4 years keto. I would say the first 3 days, I was best friends with the toilet. After that, my body transitioned after 3 days. And it's probably because I went from keto
Yes.
to carnivore. So that's why I say, you know, no one should be kind of hard on themselves if they do need that transition to start either keto or ketovore. If they are curious about carnivore, it definitely helps.
And I
Big
agree.
time.
I think transitioning, and I think that's a natural transition as you're losing weight on the ketogenic diet to branch out and maybe do carnivore for a month or two or however long you want to. But I know some people take ox bile tablets. Dr. Ken Berry says, you know, if you don't have a gallbladder and you're having issues with digestion, try that. And like I said, my gallbladder got very sluggish, and because it was underutilized with the veggies and stuff. So
now, Harry and Sally, will you have Harry and Wendy? Will you have a calendar for September up on your website?
Yes, we will. Because
John, you're funny
about it. Yep. Yep. What day is it today? Oh my gosh, it's already the 25th.
Yes, it's getting going
Hi,
quick.
Jonna.
Yeah.
Jonna says
Welcome.
hi to Wendy and Harry.
Thanks for being here.
Hi, chat. I made purse bacon today at my friend's house. Helen is 78 years of age. I just told her about making chocolate pudding from boiled eggs, and we'll do it soon.
Oh yeah, it's really good.
Yeah.
I have not done
Surprisingly
that.
delicious.
Oh,
Oh, it's
it is
surprisingly
so good.
delicious.
One time.
And if you do the PSMF days, just get your egg whites and put them in a frying pan and do it on low and cook them that way, and then put them into your blender. If you use keto chow, if you don't put chocolate and put some, you know, sweeten it and all of that stuff and make it that way, it's delicious. It's absolutely delicious.
I have never made the egg pudding.
You'll be surprised,
Yeah,
because
yeah.
I was skeptical. But
let it sit in
I
the
was shocked.
refrigerator overnight, because then that eggy, if there's any sulfur from the egg left in it, it dissipates 100%.
Yes, I think that's what helped mine as well.
Yeah, it's delicious. You're gonna have to try it, Cindy, because it's really good.
Oh yeah, at least once. You got to try it once, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. I got to make him feel good, Wendy.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Put it on your to-do list, Cindy.
Have you checked your ketones since switching to lower fat? It seems like you both have more energy.
Funny you asked, right, Harry? What did I ask you? What did I say we were going to do?
Not doing
today.
that.
Just today. What did I say?
She said,
We're breaking out the mojo.
"Oh, we need to
man.
break out the mojo. We need to test our blood." And all. I'm going,
He's going,
No.
no. And I'm going, yes.
no,
Yes, we
I
do.
know.
Yes,
Because people
well,
want to know, right? I want to know.
exactly. Well, you have a
You can
question
do
right
it.
here asking you. So, yeah, there are subs that want to know.
That's what I told him. I said, people are going to be asking. Well, there you go. We've been asked, so now we have to do it.
You got your
Thank you,
confirmation.
Judy.
Gotta be
Smash the
super
like
freaking time
buttons.
really soon.
Yes,
That's
thank
what
you,
I said,
Judy.
because I
We
wanna see
appreciate
finger
you.
pricking time again.
Yeah, that's right.
I'm
So
not doing
yes,
that.
yes, we will. We'll arm wrestle. I'll win. But
Harry, I like your finger pricking time dance.
Yeah. Right.
I'm sure he loves it so much too, Cindy.
I have a question.
okay, no.
Where is Marty?
Oh, he's on vacation.
Sana, Marty is Harry's alter ego
Yeah. That's right.
that he puts on the videos at times, and it is hysterical.
Yeah, I
Oh,
kind
so
of.
we still have time for him to show up.
Oh my
Yeah,
word,
if
it's
you
funny.
notice, I kind of slowed down on all that stuff because I got a lot of negative feedback about that stuff.
Well, you know what?
Oh,
Those
geez.
people are dumb.
So-
Sorry.
It's like
Sorry,
Yeah.
but those are such comical. Oh, it's just great. They're
We
such
need to have
comical
fun in this
episodes.
community. You know, part of this better health journey, we've all had very serious health stories. We've had like the worst of the worst days, years that we could have had. And now we are truly living our best life. And
Oh, yeah.
people need to let us do exactly that. Live our best life, have fun,
Yeah.
leave, you have to live each day to the fullest extent. And we have to do it not caring what every opinion thinks, because
That's right.
even if you did not have comments about Marty, it would be about something else.
And,
Well,
and,
I-
it, and it is sometimes. I mean,
Yes.
but I was on a cane and a walker and wheelchair bound. I was that unhealthy. And now I'm doing Tai Chi for an hour once a week. I'm doing weightlifting. I can run now. I never thought I would say at 69 and a half, I can run now. So to me,
Amazing.
the health that we have gained, that Harry and I have gained from all of this, I mean, he would have been dead. End of story. If we had not have moved from Washington State to Arizona,
Yep.
if my daughter had not worked at Shea Hospital for the cardiac doctors and ward
Right.
and done all of this, it's like, we were meant to follow these steps all the way.
Mhm.
And I would have had a whole different life.
Yeah, it was pretty. Yeah, it's kind of weird, you think about that, because the doctor that did my operation, he said, "I've never done this before, and I've done thousands of these operations." He says, "I cut open
Wow.
the one artery,
The fifth artery.
the fifth artery that was clogged. So I stuck the end of a scalpel in there, and he said I pulled out a noodle 2.5 inches long
Oh.
of pure
plaque.
plaque.
And the blood came
And all
behind
of a sudden,
it.
the blood just starts shooting through.
Oh my
So
goodness.
because he did what they call a bloodless operation on me, which means they didn't stop my heart.
Right.
They did it another way.
And so he sewed that artery up.
Wow.
Otherwise, he would have had a quintuple.
Yeah,
Is it quin? Is
No, it's
quin
five.
quintuple surgery?
Yeah.
Yeah. And another thing that I want to digress to with his heart, when he had his heart attack at the bottom of his heart, he has grown secondary and tertiary vessels around that collapsed artery.
Oh,
That
wow.
heart is totally alive.
Oh
and
my
It's
gosh.
not necrosed, and it healed. And that's the doctor was like, we went back a year later after we were on the ketogenic lifestyle. We went in for his annual.
Yeah.
Doctor comes in and he says hi, and he goes over and puts down the stuff, and he's looking, and all of a sudden he gets this weird look on his face, and he's like pulling the paper, and
Yeah,
he's
that
looking,
was-
he's looking, and he looks at Harry, and he's like doing
You
this.
pulled a miracle on him. Yeah.
Well,
Wow.
he says, if I didn't know you and your history, I would say,
Right.
you're fine. Go home and have a nice life. He goes, what in the heck are you doing?
Wow.
Yeah.
Because it was
Oh.
all his blood workup and all of those things. And the doctor's just like ready to try to shove Stanton down our throat again and all that. But he was amazed. I didn't believe it when he showed the pictures of
The donut.
the donut,
Yeah.
because he said, you healed. And I'm like, we were in the car and I go, I don't believe it. I want them to send that over to Dr. Opila because that just doesn't happen, right? I'm going to make an appointment with Dr.
Wow.
Opila right now, your doctor of internal medicine, so he can look at it. When Dr. Opila looked at Harry, he goes, man, you dodged a magic bullet. He said, you have enough veins going to the bottom part of your heart that you're getting that blood flow, even though that artery has collapsed. Because his doctor was like giving up on him. It's like, well, you had the, quadruple bypass and we can't go in and repair that artery anymore, especially with your, the heart attack that you had.
Yeah. So you're going to be like that the rest
So
of your
you're going to
life.
be like that the rest of your life, goodbye,
Wow.
have a nice day. And then
Wow.
everybody's like going, what have you been doing? So yeah, we feel very blessed with that. That's for darn sure.
And I'm so
That's true.
happy that you're sharing these testimonies because I think that's something so important that this community has to be aware of, that the non-scale victories sometimes supersede what that scale will ever tell you. And I think that's what discourages a lot of newbies to the community. No matter what they choose to go in with, keto, ketovore, carnivore, they try to let the scale dictate on whether or not that selected way of eating is working for them. But these non-scale victories,
they don't realize they're healing
exactly,
their body from within first. Your body is
exactly,
healing. And that's the
yes.
important thing.
Yeah.
And those non-scale victories you are sharing is truly showing how internal healing can truly be accomplished.
Yep. I agree. And another thing is you were talking about the carnivore diet. If you don't go carnivore forever and you're having issues or you're having chronic pain still, or you're having digestional issues, I would suggest going on a carnivore diet for elimination purposes. And I would get as close to beef, water, and salt as you can, because I was wearing arm and wrist braces. I was having major issues. I thought I was having carpal tunnel issues or arthritis. And if you look back at my videos and you see me wearing one of those, I was starting to have chronic pain, especially in through this part of my hand. And so we did a carnivore elimination diet. And we had been using almond milk since we were vegan and vegetarian. We didn't bring cow milk or anything back into our life. So when I was making food or product or anything, we were using almond milk.
Right.
And the minute I quit taking it within a week, the pain was gone to the point of I could work at work and do typing all day long without the wrist braces, but I was still having a little issues. One of our viewers told us about MSM Pure and how it helped her with her arthritic pain and that. And so we started taking that. And since we started taking that, and
big time,
no pain whatsoever. And then one of the first things I started adding back was my almond milk. I made something, and that night my hands and joints were killing me. And Harry goes, what have we done different? What have we done different? Because we were adding food back and everything was going fine until it didn't. And I thought, almonds, almond milk. It was that simple.
It was like a big light went off.
Yeah. But we wouldn't have found out about it unless we had done a carnivore elimination diet. So
that's why that's important to do, especially if you have any aches or anything like that.
Yeah, if you have something you can't, or intestinal issues with plants, if you've got oxalates or anything like that in them, then you have to be careful. So we stay away from almonds, and unfortunately, or fortunately, all of the keto products that are made, pastries and all of those things, tend to use a lot of almond flour, which I think a cup of almond flour is like almost 100 almonds ground up. So if you can't eat 100 almonds, you shouldn't
Yeah.
be eating a cup of almond flour unless it's for a special occasion.
Well, the amazing thing I found out was that when we started looking into the almond thing after this all happened, there is a percentage of people out there that have a problem with nuts, walnuts, all those kind of things, and they don't even know they have these problems.
No.
They just consider that, I'm getting old, my joints,
My joints are hurting me, my
You know,
hands are hurting me. I've been
my
typing.
neck hurts all the time.
Because that's the mentality that was ingrained in us. You
Yeah.
have any sort of pain like that, it's just aging. And we don't even think about inflammation.
Right.
I mean, whoever thinks about inflammation, we don't think about inflammation. But now, because we're so in tune with foods and how our body reacts to them, we're in tune with what inflammation is.
Yes.
Yeah. No, and I agree. Anytime we get some weird ache or pain, okay, what did we do or what did we eat? And on occasion, having an almonds or something in a product like for Christmas or Thanksgiving, that's fine. But I know I'm going to pay the piper maybe the next day or two,
You do have another question about your PSMF days. Susie wants to know, do you find your appetite changes? How many meals per day?
I was trying to get it in there.
Oh, sorry. I stuck it to my tongue.
No, because we got a lot of questions building up.
Yeah, we do.
Harry and I usually eat about 2 meals a day.
Yeah.
We really don't eat 3 meals a day, not because we don't want to. It's we eat intuitively now. And when we eat, we break our fast when we're hungry and we eat. And then, Harry's more the one that gets hungry late in the day, at nighttime. So we try to make a bigger meal towards the evening, but you can get a nice size. I did 3 meals on my protein sparing modified fast day. I started with egg whites with,
Interesting.
Oh, wow. Judy, I'm so glad that you're okay from that and that you got that lap band removed. So
those things are bad. I'm sorry.
They are.
And thank you for sharing that, Judy, because I know it's not always easy to be transparent about those experiences, but you are going to help someone just by putting that in the chat.
Your lap
between
band
both you and Wendy, yes.
Yes.
You are going to kind of make someone a little cautious about getting checked out, the both of you. So that's amazing. I appreciate you both for being transparent.
Yeah, those things are dangerous. I'm sorry. I just really, I have a bad thing about those now, because she wanted to go get the
gastric sleeve.
Yeah, the sleeve, and I said, no, you're not getting that. That's a total no. I wouldn't let her do it.
It's when it first came out, I think it was called, or was it the banana? I think it was the gastric sleeve. I'm trying to think that far back what it was called in 2005.
Well, I had my gastric bypass in 2007.
Okay, so it was a gastric bypass, and he said, no,
where they totally cut off part of your stomach. That's what I had done.
Yeah.
I'm from Nova Scotia. So happy to join your first live session. I follow Wendy and Harry, and now we'll have 2 more channels to follow. Thank you, Barbara.
Thank you, Barbara. We appreciate you.
Pearl, we have very hot weather this week. We're expecting some kind of rain or storm anytime now. I think I heard some rumbling in the sky outside. You might have heard it here. Question, Harry, tell us about your service in the Army. Were you in Vietnam?
I don't really talk about all that too much, but I'll tell you this. I was a cameraman on the service. Okay. During the fall of Saigon, I was there filming the fall of Saigon. There was the embassy there. We were lifting people off the top of the embassy there, and I was filming that. I never touched down ground near the embassy. I was always in the air.
In the helicopter.
So I had an M60 machine gun and a camera. So that's the 2 things I had. And we would come in, and I don't know, you guys might have seen some of my footage. I don't know, because
Time Magazine.
If there's a shot of a helicopter sitting on top of the embassy and people are trying to climb up by way of a ladder that they laid down so they could come up the ladder instead of staircase. And that's where we would land, and they would pull people in. And we were coming around the embassy, and I shot the camera. I pulled up the little camera, wound it up, because back then they didn't have digital. It was all film. And I wound that up, got it ready, set the thing on. I can remember this day. I put it on F11, and I pointed it over there and shot that. And that particular piece of footage has been all over the world. The thing about it is that back then, they had us out there filming for everybody.
Special forces.
Okay. So that's how the newsreels got their film footage of what was going on over in Nam at the time. So anyways, I came in, we came in for our turn and landed on top of this little, I'm talking, it was like, I don't know, maybe 12 by 12 foot. It was tiny little rooftop. And then all we did was take in children. There was a bunch of children coming in. And the one thing that I've always told everybody, the thing that always really bothered me was that this one little girl, she reached up and I grabbed her and jerked her into the helicopter.
Wow.
It was
Oh my
terrible.
gosh.
I
Wow.
cannot explain to people how bad war is to the children. Nobody seems to care.
People were giving their children away by putting them up,
Yeah,
and
they were handing them over
and the
the
Viet
fence.
Cong were running towards you
Yeah.
guys at the same time.
So
Oh.
and anyway, we took off. We got the load in, and we took off. And as we were taking off, we swung around because the helicopter pilot swung this thing around really fast and shot off. And I picked up my camera and was shooting down at the ground. I mean, it was like thousands of people on the ground trying to get to this one little building, and get out of there. And it was,
Sad.
and we looked over, and the air base was being totally attacked at that time, and the Vietnamese were coming out of the jungles and all around the city and coming in towards the city. And then we jetted out to
What's the ship
the
called?
Blue Ridge, which was the aircraft carrier that was out there, sat down there, unloaded, and then took off and did it again and again. And, I think it was about 6,000 people they airlifted out of there, but the rest were left behind. I mean, there wasn't really much you could do.
Because Viet Cong were there.
Yeah. So
Shooting.
my major job was basically just shooting footage,
Well,
and
the gun when you had to.
Well, the gun I had to, but other than that, that was about it.
So sad. Wow.
So that was probably my major thing. So, that's it. I mean, there's more stuff, but it's
That's
Right.
huge, Harry.
No,
That is
yeah,
huge.
especially when children are involved like
Oh,
that.
yeah,
Like
that
you
was-
say, they
yeah.
don't have a choice. Like they don't get to choose where they're born and if it's a war country or not. Children, they
parents
would
that
always
are-
be the innocent
We're
ones.
like trying to get to that building
Yeah.
to give you.
their kids.
Exactly.
Like my child,
Yeah,
Yeah.
because we try to sacrifice everything for our children and just so they could have a better life, even if it means that they're no longer with us personally.
All right,
Wow,
Harry,
that's
there's somebody
amazing.
else that wants those 5-minute segments. Jerry said so. I think we already addressed this one on the calendar for
Yes.
September.
There will be.
My mom stopped coffee for
And I'm
4
not
years.
saying I'm
and
never going back to coffee either. I just want to see if it makes a difference. When I bring it back, was there a difference, right?
Right.
Mhm.
Because the only way you can see if
Yes.
there's something going on with a specific thing is to take it away.
Exactly.
Give your body time to, get over it, but about 4 weeks at least, if not 60 days, and then bring it back in and see. Not that I'm going to explode or, catch on
Right.
fire or anything like that from it, smoke coming out my ears because I had a cup of coffee. But I
Exactly.
want to see how that does,
Right.
So I've been
Trina says, I want to give up caffeine too. I think if Wendy can do it, I can. Maybe I'll
Yes,
start
you
Monday.
definitely can, because
I'm
I've
not
been
doing it.
without coffee for over a year, and
You
I
guys
thought
do
I
that.
would miss it, but
Yeah.
no, I don't miss it, and
not
it's been
cold
over a
turkey
year.
either. Did you do yours cold turkey? Because
I did mine
weaned
cold
myself.
turkey. Nope, I did mine cold turkey and just I shock myself.
I never started. I
I'll
just,
tell you, coffee's
and
a
I've
good
tried
thing.
because all of you make coffee look so good. All the YouTubers make coffee look good, and I've
Yes.
That's what we
tried
put
it, and
into
it's like,
our coffee is the thing, right? So I take my perfect keto now. I love perfect keto, and it's the collagen, and I like the cinnamon toast, and I put it in my 3-minute ice cream. That's my fat. And
Okay.
depending on, do I want a whole scoop, half a scoop, a quarter of a scoop, but my collagen goes into my ice cream.
I always add collagen when I'm
So
making
good.
shakes, ice cream, whatever.
Don't you think it makes it richer, like a thicker, creamier? I
That's
think
good.
collagen does make it creamier, thicker, and then you're getting your collagen in.
American Fat's still on. I'm right. I'm just answering.
Here's a good one. Are you going to continue the cooking channel?
Well, the thing with the cooking channel is I cook every day on our channel, and I would show basically the same foods. So we decided not to do that. Yeah. Actually, can we tell them about your new channel you're thinking about?
Oh, well, I'm just doing another channel, but it's mostly because I like really good music.
Okay.
And a lot of people like to listen to music to help them relax.
That's something Brian would
Yes.
subscribe to.
Yes.
Yeah, and but I put a lot of visuals to all of them,
Right.
because I'm a visual person, so that's what I do, right?
It would be like to use in yoga or meditation or relaxation, and he's just going to do all of that with video. We're going to explain it once he gets it up and running and share it with people, maybe a little bit of it. But yeah, he thought his talent with the music and all of the stuff that he can do video wise.
That's just incredible.
So he's going to be doing that. So
that's
yeah,
going to be great.
Was just, it was like a repeat. If you watched me, you wouldn't go watch.
It was like take an excerpt from this video and put it on this one.
Right.
Just a little thing of
right.
Yeah.
That's going to be amazing because music has so many aspects of therapy. And if you think about it, there's a lot of brain therapy that even a friend of mine, her son, they didn't know he had leukemia. So unfortunately, he actually ended up flatlining because he actually went into stage 4 because they did not know. And because he flatlined for so long, his brain did get damaged. But he's going through brain therapy, and a lot of it is music based.
Yeah.
And sights and sounds too. Those
Exactly.
like the rain,
so that would be amazing because it connects with this better health journey, to have that other aspect.
Oops. Sorry, I'm choking.
Oh, yes.
It's just going to get me something to drink. But yeah.
No coffee.
No coffee. I've got a plain sparkling water. Okay.
Question while you take a drink, Wendy. The last Costco visit you did, Wendy, you bought a lot of egg whites. Will you do an honorable mention to Nashville Chris's mashed potatoes?
Yes and yes. I love cauli mashed potatoes. Those are my favorite. And I know there's a lot of work that goes into that. And actually, I'm not a potato person. I'm not a potato chip. I never order French fries. I never bought a bag of potato chips for me at all. The hash browns would go to my sister when I was growing up or to Harry. I'm not a potato person. So I don't miss potatoes except to put gravy on it because I'm a gravy girl.
Okay.
I want gravy.
They're all about their sauces.
I'm all about my sauces too.
Yes,
I love the sauces. Yes. Even on Carnivore.
So you're going to make them though, huh?
Huh?
So you're going to make these mashed potatoes from, nope. That's what she's asking. Will you do an honorable mention to Nashville Chris's mashed potatoes?
I can, Jerry. I can, but it's not something that I would be woohooing about. Harry would. I baked the big potatoes for Harry, and he would put every kind of hot sauce in the entire universe from the refrigerator onto his baked potatoes.
Oh, I throw bacon on there.
I
put everything I could find on top of that thing. Make a boat.
The waffle iron that I own, that I make my chaffles in now, we used to make waffle potatoes. You take your small baked potatoes, you put them in there, you smash them in there, and you make crispy potatoes. I tried to make potatoes every which way I could because I just wasn't a potato person. And I never found one that I was like, woohoo, I'm hungry for potatoes. I need to go make me some, because I'll eat like when the good old days, Jack in the Box days, he'd get the French fries and I'll pick one out when it was nice and hot, right? And eat those. But other than that, I never ordered. Have I ever ordered?
I used to yell at you to buy your own.
Yeah.
Harry.
I'd look for the little crunchy ones that were in the bottom or whatever. You know, I'd dig through his
Right.
potatoes to get to those because I wasn't a potato person. So
Harry, Julie Davitt says you need to do the 5-minute coffee breaks
Really?
again. Mementos Cafe's coffee is too good to pass on.
Oh,
I
yeah,
ordered them a
agree
few
with that.
times because of you. Thanks for the live.
So you got to start doing it.
No, I know. I've been thinking about it. You know, I just got to get into it again. You know.
Yeah, you've had a couple votes so far.
Yeah, he does.
Well, I'd buy all this equipment, right? All these different little things to try out and stuff, and that's why I started it in the first place, because I'd have an excuse to keep buying these things.
Well, you buy your coffee. Wendy will
I
buy
buy
her
clothes.
shoes and her other stuff.
Yes, yes.
You know, so and then people would send me coffee to try out. You know, after a while, I had a box of coffee.
Yep.
I mean, it was just
It's like, what flavor do you want today, dear? And I go, is there any pecan maple or anything like that in there? And he'd dig through and go, oh yeah, I found one. And that's what we'd have. So
Now he'll go back to making all these flavored or aromatic coffees, Wendy. He'll drive you crazy.
well, okay, so that's
I don't know
another
if it's a good
thing.
idea.
Well, no, because I love the smell of coffee. It's like I love the smell of fresh
Popcorn.
buttered popcorn. I hate popcorn. I don't eat popcorn. I am not a popcorn person unless, like I
Yeah.
said on my video, it's covered in chocolate and caramel and has a nut attached to it. I'm not going to eat it. I got a corn kernel stuck in my between my gum and my tooth, and it started causing an issue. I had to go to the dentist and have them dig it out, and I've never been interested in popcorn.
Oh,
I
ever
never-
since.
I'd go to the theater and I'd buy the biggest
would.
popcorn I could
You
buy.
would.
I'd sit there with a wheelbarrow of popcorn, man.
So I love the
Yeah.
smell, but it's not something that you know
appeals
it's like
to you
my house-
anymore.
Yeah,
Wow.
it's like the coffee aromatherapy for the house, you know. And I know that after my 60 days, I can have coffee if I want it. So it's not like I'm
Right.
depriving myself. I'm just holding back right now. It's not like
Yeah.
I can never have pizza again, because if I want pizza, I can make a pizza.
Yes.
You know, I
Yeah.
can make bread. I can make
Right.
a cinnamon roll. I can make all those things and keep it keto. So I don't feel depraved at all on this lifestyle.
I've been trying to get her to do her cinnamon roll.
Oh yeah, I need to do a cinnamon roll. I do.
All
I think that's an
I'm trying to
important
get through
mentality.
these questions here
Oh, yeah,
because we are running out of time.
Go through.
Yes.
Harry and Wendy, do you ever feel pressure to lose weight successfully because all of the subscribers watching?
I don't.
Okay, so you see this lady right here and this man right here? We are a success.
Yeah, we
We
pretty
have
much gone down.
successfully made our bodies healthy because of the ketogenic lifestyle. And you can be unhealthy and weigh
Oh,
a
yes.
good weight, or
Right.
you can be healthy and be a little overweight. And that's where Harry and I are right now. And there's
I think what we're fighting right now, as far as I'm concerned, especially like with the back and the hip and all this stuff, was because of the food we ate before we started this diet. And
Right.
everything is starting to clear itself out. And I didn't feel like this when I was in my 40s.
yeah.
See, that's the weird thing. I don't have the pains and stuff like I did when I was in my 40s. And we were discussing this the other day because to me, it's not the weight loss that much anymore. Everybody on the YouTube loves the weight loss. Okay, let's be real.
I love the weight
That's
loss.
what a lot of people are doing it for. But what they don't realize is that what they're actually doing is healing themselves from the
Yes.
inside out. And if people could understand that and not put so much on the weight loss, but what it's actually doing for you health-wise, you know, the problem is they can't measure that like you can weight.
Right.
You know, you can see it. Whereas the stuff you're doing to your body and the health things you're doing to it,
Right.
it's not really that noticeable. It takes a little bit of time before you start, and all of a sudden, just one day, you just don't feel that anymore. Or, one day the headaches, you don't have the headaches anymore like you used to. Or,
Mhm.
they just kind of notice that. They go, I guess maybe because I'm getting older. And this is what I'm being told from people.
Right.
But what they
It
don't
is-
realize
it
is
is-
that it's the
people-
food.
Yes. What's
People
in,
try to put too much pressure on weight loss and not enough on the non-scale victories,
And the
the
healing.
health
Yes.
successes, and all that stuff. And it makes me absolutely crazy.
well,
Harry, have they
there are-
retested your donuts since that time?
No. I asked the doctor to do it. He said, no. He said, you're fine. We're going to do it within the end of the year. We'll do
yeah,
it again.
end of the year, he's
And
going
I
to
said,
do it.
okay, fine. But I want to get it done again.
Because we just went in and saw
But
him.
I don't feel anything like I did back. I mean, when that was on, I was like having a hard time breathing. I would be tired all the time. And now I have too much freaking energy. In fact, it gets a little bit ridiculous, especially when you're trying to heal from a back problem.
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
still wanting to do stuff, but I can't. So, and he's telling me, no, we'll do it at the end of the year. You're fine. Okay, fine, whatever.
Going back to the weight loss, weight stall issue. Yes, it's frustrating because I do want to get down. And more importantly, I want Harry to get down to the weight where it's healthy for him. However, there's something going on that our body is doing, and something the doctor told me. We have a doctor of internal medicine called Dr. Opila. He loves sitting and talking to us for like 30 minutes sometimes in our appointment. We start talking about ketogenic lifestyle and everything. And I talked about fat. And he said, did you know when you eat soybean oil, your body puts soybean oil in the fat cell? We can stick a syringe anywhere on your body and withdraw fat and tell you this is soybean oil. This is olive oil.
This is pig.
This is butter, because it's the same. It goes in, and that's where it's at. So if we ate unhealthy for all these years and we're losing weight, we're releasing those fats and toxins and preservatives and all the things your body doesn't know what to do with, right? They've got this fake food preservative thing and they're going, oh, I'm going to put that right here, right? And then you eat something else and they're going, well, let's put that right here, right? So when you release that fat, your body has to clean that all out and get rid of it. It has to do something with it, right?
Right.
So
Have you heard anything from the E's, which I'm assuming is the Emmerich, for incorporating PSMF in your plan and not giving them credit?
John, there's a long story there.
Yeah.
And we don't want to go into
Not
it.
going into
We
that.
don't want to cause any issues with anyone. The Emmerichs did not start the protein sparing modified fast, although she has been an anchor for that. And
Yes.
it was Dr. George Blackburn who actually started it. And they even mentioned that,
70s,
in the 1970s. So you can look up Dr. George Blackburn, but it's not their diet.
She's done a lot to bring it. She's done a lot to bring it into the.
She has, and she has.
It's been great.
Steadfastly done that. I don't mention the Emmerichs because there was some issues way back when, and it's just easier to not mention them, and they don't mention us.
Yeah, we made a deal with them. You stay over there, and we'll stay over here.
But the Emmerichs have brought that. I mean, they've done a fabulous job with it, but it's not their diet. It's Dr. George Blackburn and the Harvard Medical School. So if you'd like to look that up, you're welcome to do so.
Jerry has a comment for you, Harry. Thank you for your service to our country. God bless the USA.
Yes, absolutely. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right. I know I have missed a lot of people's comments. I'm looking to see if there's any more questions because we are way past time.
Yeah, I'm looking through if there's any
Someone
cues.
asked, what does PSMF mean? It means protein sparing modified fast, Judy. And what that means is, and what it was created for, is to spare the protein in your body and on your muscles. So it's a diet that is high priority protein, and it's very low fat and zero or a very small amount of carbs in order for you to lose an extreme amount of weight very quickly. Dr. George Blackburn, Blackburn, you can Google him. He got several major awards and everything else for his contribution to science and to the study of obesity. And he invented this. So that's why we are using it here, because you're dropping your calories super low too. The thing is you need to give your body one day to refeed it, give it a little more protein, give it a little bit more fat, maybe a little bit more carbs, so you can start again, because you don't want to drop your metabolism so low that hinders your weight loss too. So
All right, I gotta highlight these. Harry, thank you for sharing the story for the little girl. What happened to the film American Fat?
COVID.
Still going on, but COVID put a big damper on it, really bad. We were right in the middle of getting it going, and COVID hit, and everything stopped. So I have to go back. And certain deals are made with distribution companies, and you have to have it done by a certain date in order for them to carry them through. So I have to go through and redo all this stuff and get the date removed. And
plus the doctors we interviewed, Dr. Muscle.
Yeah, all the doctors. The information the doctors gave us back, we're talking just what, 2 years ago?
Right. Yes.
Yeah.
So
Brenda,
all that had to be.
We're gonna have to redo.
Yeah, had to redo it. Yeah.
Brenda Red says, Harry, so sorry you experienced that. You are such a hero in our eyes.
Yeah, okay. But thank you.
Just say thank you.
Thank you.
Dear. Yes.
Thank you.
Cindy
I
O says,
was a pretty scarred little kid, let me tell you. What?
Cindy O says, we have a friend who is.
Yeah.
Wait.
We have a friend who was brought to America during the baby lift from Vietnam. God bless you, Harry.
Wow.
That's great.
Wow.
Hey, I might have ran into him.
Could have been one you pulled
Could have
up
been
on
one
your
we pulled
helicopter.
up.
Exactly. Right.
Yeah.
Sometimes things come full circle, so you never know.
You never know.
Yeah.
All right. Skimming through here. This, yes, yes. Harry is an excellent videographer. Man, your openings lately have been crazy.
Yeah, I've been wondering about if I should keep that up or not.
Yes.
Yes.
With that. I mean, it's just fun little stuff to do, but
He's a filmmaker, so he wants to produce and do these things. So
I can't help
just
this.
so you know, I'm coming down so he can give me lessons.
Yeah.
I'm not going to
software
school.
he uses though is pretty extreme because it's for motion pictures.
Yeah.
I mean, it's pretty. When he's doing stuff and he's like, "You need to learn this," and I'm like, I don't even know what all those symbols are here. And he clicks on it,
Right,
moves stuff, and does all this stuff, and I'm like, oh. I know
Ready
they have
Set Keto popped in. Their ear hustling, but
hello. Emily, James,
Oh.
whichever one. Hello. Thanks for stopping by.
Whichever it is.
Yes.
See, there's your color.
I know, Emily, you need to get
There's
the
your
orange. Yvette, I'm telling you, when you said that.
Oh, that's the
I know
same
your
one.
brand because it's the colors right off the bat. Boom.
Yeah,
Yeah.
she loves orange.
Yep. Gladys says scales lie. Even Dr. William Davis suggests that we use a measuring tape and measure our bodies regularly. Scales are the root of keto diet frustration and grief.
Yeah.
Hey,
Absolutely, Gladys.
Sometimes.
Mariposa, a little hug from Sally. She has a cute little Chihuahua dog named Mariposa. So
Yeah, I agree with the scale thing.
and Dr. William Davis is the El Ruderai yogurt specialist.
Super good.
Yep.
I have the book.
Yep.
All right. I am so sorry if I didn't get to your comments. We did skim through them, and I am so sorry. However, we have got to end this because Hungry Heath is on right now, and yes.
And we need to get our video edited.
That's right, because I need to watch your video in the morning.
Absolutely. But was there anything?
I don't miss a day.
Was there anything that you wanted to share with everyone that you have not shared already? If there just a piece of just last thoughts that you want to leave off with everyone?
I'd like to, because I want to remind everybody, everybody's body is different. What works for one person may not work for you. And I think joining the communities, watching the different YouTube channels, and glean information from them so that you can make a clear decision of where you need to go, because you're not always going to be, your body is an amazing machine. And if you give it good, healthy food, it's going to run the way it needs to run. Now, if you're eating the same way at the same time every day and you're in a stall, that's because your body is right here. So you need to rev it up. You know, you need to do some changes, and then you can move forward again with your body. So basically, know that the scale isn't the end all beat all. It's how you feel. It's your blood workup, how you feel. You know, if any diseases that you are fighting or any autoimmune issues or anything like that, how do you feel? That's the most important thing, I think.
I so totally agree with that. I told Debbie, I've told my husband, I said, you know, if I don't lose another pound, I know I am 100% healthier than I was a couple years ago.
Yep.
Would I like to lose some more? Yeah.
Yeah.
But if I don't, I no longer am on blood pressure medication after 50 years on them.
50. Wow.
My A1C is 5.1, not 5.8 where it was. My lymphedema is controlled. And I think this way of eating has a lot to do with that.
Oh, I'm sure. I'm sure.
Oh, yeah.
And, there's just so much more. So if I don't lose another ounce, I'm good.
Nope.
I'm good. And that's absolutely it. But I want to
thank you so much for
if
sharing
anybody
that.
in here has not subscribed to Loving It on Keto, what are you waiting for? Because they are fantastic.
Well, thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
I did put all the
I've been a fan
links
for a very long time.
for this question right here. I went ahead and I added all the links, so they should be clickable links that you can just get right over to their channel and subscribe. But I am so happy that you shared that for the last and final words, because it is such important mentality to have for anyone, no matter how long they've been on this journey. If they are new, if they're veterans, we have to focus on the healing elements of this way of eating.
Yep.
Yes, definitely. I'd make that maybe number one.
Yep.
Weight loss will come along with it.
Yep.
Yeah. Weight loss is a bonus.
It is.
That's it.
Absolutely.
It's just a bonus to this way of eating.
Yep.
Everything else is the most important.
I agree.
Yes, I share that same
like,
mentality too.
crazy.
I have coined on my channel that the proof is in the healing and not the scale. So I absolutely agree.
Yeah.
So
we have everyone
anybody
saying
who
thank
hasn't
you.
subscribed to Wendy and Harry, Sana, or myself, get on the ball. Just do it.
Help our community grow.
Yes.
That's right.
Yes.
Help our community grow.
Yeah.
That's right. Sana and I will be back next Friday with
So
Hope and
next
Andy.
Friday, yes. So you're going to soon see that available on our live tab on Cindy's channel as well as mine, where you'll be able to hit the notify me to get an update, a notification for that upcoming live. And we are super excited to speak with Hope and Andy. And they are going to have some news to share about plans for Andy for the month of September. So it would be great if you all can join us for that.
Yes, that will be fun. And you guys, Wendy and Harry, anytime you want to come back, you start your own lives, I'm in there. Just ask.
Me too.
Ready.
I got my foot in the water. Now I'm going to jump right into the deep end.
It's great. It's great.
Yes,
It's
you'll be
like-
hooked after this, because this way of being able to connect with everyone in real time is just amazing. And it truly becomes like catching up with your friends week to week. So you'll be hooked on it. And I can't wait to see your future lives.
Oh, great.
Yes.
It was nice meeting you, Zana.
Yeah.
Nice meeting you both too.
All right,
Actually,
you
get
guys
to
hang
see you
around for
guys
just a
in
second.
person now.
what she said.
Thank you,
Yeah.
everyone, for being here. We appreciate you. We know you
Exactly.
could be doing anything else on your Friday night. So the fact that you came and showed us some love and support, we truly appreciate each and every one of you.
Oh yeah.
What
Yeah.
Sana said.
I
Good night,
should-
everyone.
Take care, everyone. Good night.